Guys, this is Chris Collects Things back again, and today we're going to do another tier list video. And with me is I think you were immortal last time.
Yeah.
The improbable Ryan
Yeah.
from Game
I'll
Game
I'll take
Essays.
it. I'll take it. It's a good compliment. What's going on?
Not much. I figured today we would rank our favorite WOTC. I think that's how the kids are pronouncing it,
It's the
which
new lingo.
I still think it sounds pretty absurd for whatever reason, but we're going with it WOTC because I know you and I have both been on TCG Player a lot trying to complete some of our old sets from our childhood.
Yeah,
Is that
so
correct?
taking a look at Wizards of the Coast sets, so from base set all the way up to Skyridge.
Yep.
Now, like as a kid, I pretty much only had experience with like base set to like Team Rocket. So a lot of these other ones kind of passed me by until like recently I've gone and looked into them and picked up a couple cards here and there. But I know you had a little bit more. You went a little bit further into like Gen 2 and stuff.
Yeah, like so when I was a kid, I remember like obviously like the like base set to like the gym because I used to play at Toys R Us, like I've said before. So definitely into the Neo. We were playing at Toys R Us back then. Furthest I remember is Expedition, though. I know I had like a theme deck. I want to say it was an Alakazam one. I do not remember the name of it, but there's an Alakazam theme deck for Expedition that I know I had, and I have a lot of cards still that were probably from that deck. Unfortunately, I don't have the box still, which makes me sad because that'd be a
Still,
cool
I mean,
shelf
the
piece
fact that you
there.
have any of those cards is still great, though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I think we'll be kind of looking at it more through the lens of like today because
Yeah,
a lot of, like we said, neither of us dealt with a lot of like the E series stuff towards the end of the line. So it's kind of just retroactively looking back and saying like, okay, what are if we were to rank them now with the lens of the
lens of
today,
truth.
yeah, the lens of truth, where do they stand? So we can just go in order if you think that works.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so base set. This is the ultra nostalgia. Where do you feel you are with base set?
I feel like it's got to be S tier, right? For
The
nostalgia
iconic,
purposes.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I think base set goes up into S tier. The just the fact that this is when starters never mattered more than in base set, right? Everyone wanted the
Right.
Charizard, but then everyone also wanted the Blastoise and the Venusaur. You
Yep.
had some other big hitters in there like Alakazam and Chansey. It wait, no, am I wrong on that? No, Chansey is in there. Yeah,
Chansey is in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chansey was another 120 with the double edge, I think
Yeah.
80, and it did
It was
80 to
actually
itself.
yeah, it was actually a much better card than Charizard.
Yeah, it was a good tank, that's for sure. It could
But
take a lot
yeah,
of damage.
it was the iconicness and the love of Charizard that gave it its value.
Definitely. And another thing I want to point out is like the fact that like I mean a lot of my cards were base set unlimited, but
Hmm.
like for the rare few I had some first edition or some base set shadowless.
Yeah.
And it's like these cards are just so sought after now. Like I wish I had a shadowless Charizard. I only have an unlimited version that saw some battle wounds and stuff, but it's
Yeah,
just
that
like
that is another thing. From a collectability standpoint, there's so much variation. Like you said, with the first edition, and then you have like the unlimited shadowless,
mhm,
and then just the regular unlimited, and then there was with the packs themselves, there were some ridiculous like pack variations where if the trading card game thing is like at the top or something instead of the bottom, or I forget which it is, vice versa, whatever, like that was a signal that it could be a shadowless pack. And then there's even these rare like black triangle packs where they were these first edition packs that were uh they were not first edition. It was a mistake, so they put this black triangle over the first edition stamp to like. So
I actually
there's
never heard that one.
yeah, there is Deep Pocket Monster on YouTube. He's trying to collect a bunch of those sealed packs, and that was one of the things. So there's so much because they were like still testing the waters and everything. Um,
And then
so
like
yeah,
some of the, I will even notice with some of my cards, not to go too far
yeah,
off the topic here. Like you said, like they're trying to figure out the print styles. Like obviously the shadowless was cool. I mean, like now it like kind of looks, it doesn't look as good, but like like the worth of it. So you're just like, yeah, like I found myself picking up some shadowless cards like
yeah,
on the cheap here and there just to have some for my
yeah,
collection.
and even like the like a Squirtle, if you look at the first edition versus the Unlimited, they actually like framed the picture differently. Like you see
Mhm.
more of the bubbles or whatever. Um, and then there's like a bunch of just interesting errors like the no damage nine tails and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
and
yeah,
the HP 50 Vulpix, I actually
yeah.
picked up a shadowless one. It says HP 50 instead of 50 HP.
Wow. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then what is it? Like Bulbasaur first edition says like length instead of weight.
Yeah,
Like there's
I think it's Bulbasaur, yeah.
yeah, there's just so much going on with it.
And the red cheeks Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. There's just so
I
much
didn't
to it
have
on
one of those,
top. Yeah,
unfortunately. I love.
on top of having some of the most iconic Gen 1 Pokemon, Mewtwo even included. It has just all these interesting collectability like variations to it. So definitely S tier.
Here, yeah.
So now we go to Jungle. And where you feel with Jungle?
I definitely feel like lately looking back at Jungle, I definitely like it maybe better than I did back in the day.
Mhm.
But I think it's a solid B.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm actually totally with you. I was gonna say, um, that's something I'm actively collecting now, but there's a reason. It's because it's the probably the most affordable set that you can
oh,
get right
definitely.
now.
Because I think the most expensive card is like a
It's Jolteon.
Jolteon,
Yeah.
Flareon, one of the three
Yep.
evolutions.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and like everyone loves EV and like the evolutions, but as being kind of like it's a little bit like weak in terms of just like the chase cards. It's the evolutions are cool, but they're not like
Mhm.
the biggest hitters. It's definitely solid, and I like a lot of the artwork in it. But yeah, it's just kind of lacking like some like real punch to it.
And one of the things I hate, like I mean, like you, I was going back trying to finish my collection, but it's like you have to get the non-holographic and the holographic
Yeah.
version of it. And I know that that was purely an English thing, because I know in Japan, I don't think they
Yeah,
had
you
the
just always got. I
non-holographics.
think you got a hollow in every pack.
Yeah, you did, because I remember getting some Japanese jungle packs back in like 2015 when I was fiending for some packs, and
I definitely got some
that
too,
was
and couldn't for the life of me remember which like hollows I actually got.
I know for a fact I had a Pidgeot, and it's a card that I may grade someday because it looks really good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So like I said, solid B. I mean, like just looking, like I'm looking at the set right now on
Hmm.
Poke Collector. I mean, there's a lot of cool cards in it, but like there's no big heavy hitters. I mean, there's only
Yeah.
one trainer in the set. It's that Pokeball, which isn't really a good one because you have to flip a coin anyways.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
I mean, like Scyther is a cool holographic, but I mean, it doesn't match up
yeah.
to like
It was
Charizard,
very
Venusaur.
playable, but not necessarily the most exciting to get. So yeah, I'm definitely with you on a B.
Yeah.
So now Fossil. Fossil, I think, is a bit of a different story. It's kind of similar to Jungle. There's like not a ton of big hitters, but Dragonite and well, actually, I take that back. There's quite a few big hitters because you have the
Yeah.
legendary birds.
Dragonite is a big hitter.
Yeah, Dragonite, and you have the birds in here.
You do. That's right.
So
You actually have all three.
yeah, so those are all pretty damn good.
Hmm.
So what are you thinking with Fossil?
I think I'd give Fossil an A. I
I
don't
would
know how you.
agree. I think I'm thinking with you on that. Yeah, when you have all three legendary birds and you have Dragonite as like kind of the
Lapras was
top of the
pretty
line. Oh,
cool.
Lapras is also big.
Yep, Gengar. You even have a
Gengar, wow,
holographic
yeah.
Haunter too.
That's true. That it's so interesting how Haunter was a holographic. I don't know why they did that, but he was just that
Yeah,
cool that a middle evolution got a hollow. It's kind of like how Clefairy got a hollow and
yeah, that's a
Clefable.
good
It's kind of
point.
random, but
That's a good point. Yeah,
yeah,
I I actually also really liked honorable mention to Ditto for whatever reason, like
yeah,
the checkerboard background.
yeah.
I always like
I
that
feel like
card.
Fossil might it. I don't know if I want to say it's an S, but I feel like it's close. It's
It is
close.
close. I think A is
Yeah,
the perfect
yeah.
spot for it because like looking at all the cards like I am right now and I actually just finished collecting it. Um there's a lot of good cards in it. A lot of fun cards like you said like the birds, like Dragonite, Raichu's pretty
Oh, the
awesome.
yeah. That's
It,
not the
it was
secret rare. No, that's rock.
no,
Yeah, that was rock type.
it's interesting. I mean, probably because Pikachu is so popular. Like they
Hmm.
like Raichu is in like a lot of sets. Like there's a base set Raichu. There's Fossil. Right, there was no
That's true.
Raichu in Jungle. There was
No, I
the
think I think it's just they had the jungle Pikachu. But there was no Pikachu in Fossil though, was there? I don't think.
no the Pikachu was in Jungle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So it
kind of
was
interesting.
my favorite little jungle fact though. Before we move on, was
Mhm.
that in the Japanese jungle, the promo Mew was actually in the set in
Was it
Japan.
wait, was it Fossil or was it
It
jungle?
was it was Fossil.
Oh, Fossil. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
did.
always wanted that card.
Yeah. That was cool. And it's yeah, I feel like Japanese usually got the better end of the deal pretty much every time, especially because they got hollows in every pack. But
Exactly,
yeah,
and not
we were talking. I know a couple weeks ago about like, oh man, you could back in the day if you bought like one box, especially because the amount of packs you got in Japanese boxes, you could buy one box of base set or one box of jungle and get the whole set basically, pretty much, or like in at least two boxes you could probably get the whole set no problem, which is pretty crazy. And there's probably a reason they changed things up so they could get people to buy more.
for money making purposes.
Yeah, English was already onto it with the hollow non-hollow variations.
Yeah, to keep you gambling,
And
keep you
then
going.
they've just made it harder and harder. Now it's pretty much impossible to complete a set unless you really want to shell out some money.
I know. That's why I'm personally just shooting for some WOTC. I
Hmm.
don't think Aquapolis and Skyridge, which we'll get
Yeah,
to
I
at
mean,
the
pretty
end.
yeah. Every common card's like $15.
Yeah, yeah,
um,
seriously. Whoa.
so base set 2 is next, if I'm not
Yep,
mistaken, right?
it is.
So it's kind of just the previous three sets mishmashed into one set. So I feel like I'm kind of leaning towards like it does have Charizard, which was like it was
Hmm.
kind of like the consolation Charizard, like it
Yeah.
looks like it, but it wasn't unlimited, but still I'd be happy to get it any day of the week. What are you thinking with base set 2?
Were you saying C?
I was thinking a C potentially, but
Because
it
it's
does
kind of
have
feels like a
Charizard. It does have it's got all the big hitters, but it's so much harder to pull them, right? So,
right. I'm not really against that because it does feel like it's like a cash-in set where
yeah.
they're just like, oh, we want to because like this was like an English only exclusive set. Like
Yeah,
there's no base set two in Japan.
that's true.
So clearly
It's just a
America was just
cash
trying to make
grab.
some
Yeah.
more money there. I mean, obviously I like the set because it's like you have all of your favorite cards in it. I don't think they went crazy with the non-holos. Like I think Pinsir, I'm looking at it right now. I think Pinsir was only like a non-holographic rather than a holographic
Hmm.
and a non-holographic. So they kept all like the big hitters like Scyther, Zapdos, uh, obviously Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. Like those are all holos. I'm okay with C with it because I mean it's a lot of
Yeah.
the same. I mean we're going to be talking about another set coming up. When we get there, I think that set's a lot better than this set. Even though back in the day that set was met with a lot of meh.
Hmm. So I think we Houston, we have a problem because on this tier list, I might have forgot to put Rocket in here, which
Oh
is
no.
so I will edit it in wherever we decide to put it. Excuse me. So how
I
do you
think
feel
that's
about
next.
Rocket?
How I feel about Rocket. Rocket is always a cool set. I mean, well, one, it's got a Charizard in it, and it's an evil Charizard, so that makes it
Mhm.
extra cool. You got big hitter, you got Dragonites, you got
Dark
Dark
Blastoise.
Blastoise. I really like the Here Comes Team Rocket card when you have like Jesse and James in it. Like that's pretty cool. I think Rocket is a solid. I want to call it. I'm 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 close between a B and an A.
Hmm. I
I
feel
want
like
to
it's
say
an
B
A.
plus.
I want to say it's an
A.
A because like I really like the dark twist, and you
Me too.
have Venusaur got the short end of the stick, but you do have
That's true. That's a good point.
Dark Charizard and Dark Blastoise. You have the first secret rare with the Raichu,
Yes,
right?
the Raichu. Yep.
Um, what else is in here? Do they have? Is it
The
Rocket's
Rainbow.
Is Rocket's Mewtwo or is that a gym set? That might
No,
have been a
that's a
gym
gem
set.
set.
Okay,
I have that card. That card is awesome, but it
yeah,
does seem like that's where it gets confusing where they have the rockets in the dark. I think just in the rocket set, all of them were
yeah.
dark. There was no rocket
True. Oh, that's a good point.
Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Even
Dark
though it's a rocket set.
Alakazam is pretty awesome. Dark
Yep.
Gyarados, I feel like it's a strong A. Like,
Even Dark Charmeleon looks pretty cool looking at
yeah. Oh,
that.
yeah. That's actually one of the best artworks in the whole set. I feel like is that
Yeah.
Charmeleon.
I think this set was the introduction of like the different type of
Oh,
energies.
the Rainbow Energy.
Rainbow energy, and then there's like the full heal energy. I know like from my playing perspective, there was a potion energy. If you play this card, remove one damage counter from your Pokemon. So like from a game perspective when we are playing, like that stuff
Mm-hmm.
was cool. You know what I mean? It made
Yeah.
things different. Full heal energy. You could remove poison while giving energy to your Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm down
It's
with the
really
A.
good.
I
Yeah,
was
it's an A. So I will. It's boop boop. Edited in Rocket to an A because somehow I forgot that on this list. Okay, what do we got next? Is it Gym Heroes?
yes. Gym Heroes came before Gym Challenge.
Yeah, so this is where I definitely need our handy dandy list because it's easy to get challenge and heroes mixed up.
Oh,
But
I do
this,
too. I remember
yeah,
Heroes had the on the logo. It was like the it's like it looks like a hand of cards, and it's like white, and then the other challenge was black.
mhm,
So the Japanese ones they just say gym. So back in the day, I
yeah,
thought the sets were all just one set in Japan, and then they split it up into English. But I was
hmm.
wrong. Like so, they all just said gym, but like
It
some
was
cards
Gym
were
1 and Gym
still.
2, right?
Yeah, basically. I think like Gym 2 is called like Challenge from the Darkness or something, and I forget what the heroes one was called, but
Yeah.
uh, we're looking at heroes like as
Yeah,
I
and
get
and that's the thing is so with Gym Heroes, I know things like there is Sabrina's Gengar, which is cool, Blaine's Moltres. Although unfortunately, like the Japanese version of Gengar is a lot cooler than the English one because they took out like the graveyard in the background and things like
oh
that.
yeah, that's right. You're right.
But there's two Moltres. You get Rocket's Moltres and Blaine's Moltres. It's kind of interesting.
I like both of those cards. Uh one thing so like another thing to think about heroes. So Gym Heroes is the first four gym leaders. So you have like
Hmm.
Brock, Misty, like Erica, and Lieutenant Surge. Those are all the trainer
Yeah.
cards. And you have holographic and non-holographic variants of them. And then the challenge is all like the last four. Like you got
Yeah.
Koga, Sabrina, Blaine, and Giovanni,
Hmm.
basically.
Oh
But
wait, is
I think
Sabrina in both of them? Does she just get
so.
preferential treatment?
Some not the trainer, but some of the Pokemon I remember, like the majority of Gym Heroes will have like Brock's, Misty's, Lieutenant Surge,
Hmm.
and Erica's stuff. But then like they sprinkled in like some like Blaine's Tauros and like Sabrina's Haunter, Sabrina's Slowbro.
Hmm.
I don't think they sprinkled in a Giovanni here. But
No.
then in the challenge, they it's predominantly like I said, Koga, uh, Giovanni, Blaine, Sabrina. But then they sprinkled in some like Brock, Misty, like different Pokemon. But Heroes is primarily the first four, and then Challenge is primarily the second four of the
Yeah.
gym leaders from
So
the
this one works a
video
little
game.
differently, right? You can get just regular non-holo rares, right? Um,
Regular, yes, that's a very good point.
yeah,
They
because I
did
know you
away
can
with,
get Misty's Goldeen as a rare, and that's just a feels bad, man. You know,
yeah,
like,
and like Misty's Tentacle's another one of those.
yeah, it's it's
Ah,
it's a little rough. And then even getting the trainer like holos is like it's okay, but it just doesn't feel great. And then yeah, I mean Lieutenant Surge's Firo, I think a lot of people liked because it kind of looked like the Ho-Oh from the first episode of the anime, but
yeah, it
so
does.
it's
That's a
like
good
before
point.
people kind of knew what that was. But it definitely is. I feel like it's a little bit on the weaker side, especially. I mean, Gengar is cool, Moltres is pretty cool, but other than that, it's like kind of just okay in my opinion.
I I really like the Rocket Scyther. That's my personal favorite of all the cards. But I agree with you. I think definitely think it's weaker. I still think it's better than Base It too. I'd put it more in the B range.
Yeah, I'd probably put it like maybe yeah. It's I think it's like kind of on par with Jungle, so
Yeah,
I think
sounds
B
about right.
works. So going to Gym Challenge, I think it's a little bit of a different story.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
have a lot more big hitters here, like Blaine's Charizard. You have Blaine's Arcanine, which I don't know if you remember back in the day. Um,
Mhm.
well, well, you wouldn't remember this because because you weren't there, but I remember like in the schoolyard or whatever, like there's people like me and some people I knew that had Charizards, but then there was this kid that had like a Japanese Blaine's Arcanine, but like this thing does 120 damage. It's better than your Charizard, and he tried to get you to trade the Charizard for it, and you're
Yeah.
just like, I'm not
Even
falling for
though
that.
yeah, it's like even though most of the time most of the kids didn't know how to play the game. You were probably one of the few kids that actually knew the game because I
Right?
know
Yeah,
almost nobody in my like school knew how to play, and we're just like, oh, Charizard has a lot of HP and a big attack, so he's the
that's the
best.
best one. Yeah,
Yeah, because he was in like the manual or whatever. But um, the yeah, so this set it's like Blaine's Arcanine, Blaine's Charizard, Erica's Venusaur's. I love the artwork on that
I
because
do so
it
as well.
reminds me of like the video game artwork. And then even like Giovanni's Persian because of the anime is like very
Yeah,
iconic.
that's
You have Alakazam, Rocket's Mewtwo,
Rocket Zapdos.
yeah,
I love that
Misty's
card too.
Gyarados. You do have a non-holo Gengar too, which is probably one of the best non-holos to get. Um,
Yeah, it's a good looking one there with
Even just some of
Sinister.
the commons like Erica's Bulbasaur, I really like the artwork on that. In the Charmander in this set.
Or even like the I kind of like Koga's Kakuna, how it looks like it's evolving into a Beedrill, like sort
Oh
of.
yeah, oh yeah, that is pretty awesome. And
I
then
definitely
like
think,
Lieutenant Surge's Raichu is another great one. Yeah,
yeah, I definitely think they did a better job
yeah,
with the gym challenge.
yeah.
And
It's I feel like it's a lot stronger. I would say Gym Challenge is an A in my opinion.
I agree with that. I mean, you literally have a Master Ball as a trainer card. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
In the in that Koga's Ninja Trick, which
was
may have
definitely altered for the English release, thankfully.
those Japanese people are crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. A total A set.
So that is the end of the Gen 1 era tech.
Yeah,
Yes. So then we get into Neo with
Neo
Neo
Genesis.
Genesis.
And so how did you have many of this back in the day, or are
I
you
had
like
zero
done
of
with it at
this.
this point?
I
Okay.
was out before Gen 2 even started, and I wish I was into it, but I fell out of it.
Like like I said, I remember playing in the like Toys R Us like tournaments or whatever. So I remember when Gen 2 came out, like we were super pumped for it. One card in particular, like I still don't have this card, and it's up there is that Lugia is a very
Hmm.
iconic looking card, especially because I think was it Pokemon the movie 2000, I think was Lugia based.
Yeah. I might have
Yeah,
seen that, maybe.
I
I
think
don't
I
know.
did because I still haven't found it. I had like the jumbo card, and I think it had
Hmm.
like Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres on it. I think it had something to do with the movie. I think that's how I got it.
That's pretty sweet. I maybe I didn't see it. I remember maybe I just remember the trailers for it, but because I don't remember getting like any of that stuff. Maybe my I don't know where the Entei promo came from. Was
Oh,
that
right.
Pokemon the movie 2000 or
I
I don't
thought
remember
so.
because my cousin gave me one. I wish I still had it. But
I got a couple, so I can probably give you one.
I appreciate it because I did pick one up and it was damaged, unfortunately. It was only like a couple bucks, and now I know why. But looking at Neo Genesis itself, Lugia obviously is a massive card to get,
Oh yeah.
but and we have the starters. I'm personally like a little bit biased, like where the Gen 2 set of starters might be my least favorite set of
Yeah,
starters in
I
all
know
of
that.
Pokemon. Yeah. Like I don't hate them, and I think the first form is great in all of them, but I just don't get hyped for like Typhlosion or for Alligator or Meganium, you know?
It, I do agree with that, but like I'm very nostalgic for these games because
Hmm.
I feel like by the time these games came out, like I was more knowledgeable what was actually going
Yeah.
on. Like in Red and Blue, I didn't really know what I was doing. Like by the time
Yeah, and
Gold
it
and
was a bit
Silver
of a
came
mess too. It was very imbalanced at the time, but we loved that as a kid. So
Oh right, but like honestly, like my favorite one to go back is probably like this era,
Mhm.
especially like with the DS remakes, the Heart
Yeah,
Gold, Soul
Soul
Silver
Silver, yeah.
versions.
Absolutely.
Um, One thing I like to point out, which is cool, is like for Alligator, Meganium, and Typhlosion, they had the basically
The two
alternate
different ones.
artwork
Yeah.
ones, and I know like in particular the Typhlosion, I think it's the 17 is the
17 is the
rare
bigger hitter, yeah. Because everyone says like Typhlosion T17 or whatever.
one. Yeah,
Terminator
exactly.
17. I like how Murkrow's a hollow though. For some reason I have a soft spot for
Murkrow
Murkrow.
actually isn't a
Oh,
hollow.
he isn't a
I have
hollow,
that
but he's
card.
a
It looks
rare.
hollow
He's a
in this
rare.
picture if you're looking at
Yeah.
Poke Collector like I am. The
But it
hollows,
is a rare, right?
yes,
Yeah, I'm
it's a
pretty
rare.
okay, yeah.
The hollows actually stop with the steel energy. One of the
Hmm.
weird things is there's a darkness energy, but it's not holographic, which I don't
But they did the
understand, but
metal
it's also
energy,
a
yeah.
rare. Um,
And I know the metal energy is actually worth a lot of money in a PSA 10 because there's so much hollow on it that it's easy to get like print lines and all that stuff. So
yeah,
if you have a perfect metal energy, it's actually got some value to
I doubt mine is perfect, but
it.
I do have one of those. I
Yeah.
really Gen 2, one of my favorite Pokemons in Gen 2 is Sneasel, and the Sneasel
Hmm.
card there, it's good. It's a good looking
Yeah.
card. I don't know if you've
So
seen that one.
I think again, it's a great solid start to Gen 2. So I would say an A at the highest for me, but I don't. I could be argued if you want to make a case,
For a B,
because I do think I'll put it this way. I think there are definitely other sets in the Neo era that I would put way above this.
I
Um,
would too.
so I can't see myself putting it higher than an A.
And I would not say it's S tier either.
Hmm.
Even A, even wondering if it should be B, but
Yeah,
I'm sick. I don't know if I'm too biased that I
yeah.
really like
Well, I
this
think we got B. We
game.
have like Jungle and Gym Heroes at B. Like I feel like
True.
it's more in line with like Fossil and Gym Challenge.
Yeah, I'm okay with A then. I
So
was
okay,
almost feel like I was being too hard on it because I was like, am I so
yeah.
nostalgic for this that I have
You're
like
trying not to
rose-colored
have the Gen
glasses? Yeah,
2 beer goggles on.
yeah, because like me personally, like this Neo Genesis set is my personal favorite of the
Hmm.
Neo sets. That doesn't mean it's the best set because it's
Yeah.
not out of all of them, but for some reason I
Yeah,
have
it has more you have
nostalgia
more of
for this set.
attachment to it.
Exactly.
All right, so
So A, I'm good with A.
Yeah, Neo Discovery. This is very much like the jungle of the Gen 2
I would
era.
agree. I
Where
don't have as much experience with this set.
yeah. So the one thing though, so Neo Discovery, it's like I said, it's a little bit less exciting, but the Umbreon cards in this set are amazing. The artwork on even the non-hollow Umbreon is great, and the hollow one is just incredible. It's one
Yes,
of
I
my
actually have
favorite.
that.
Yeah, which I'm jealous of. I
I
have the
know.
non-hollow. I'm actually getting the non-hollow one graded, but
Oh, nice.
yeah,
I have to get the holographic one graded because it's actually I don't think it's a 10 by any means, but I think it could
yeah.
be pretty good, and that card's worth a good amount.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing card. You also have Tyranitar in this set.
Yep. The I always like the Kabutops. holographic for whatever reason. Did you see that
I'm
one?
try I'm
One of
looking
the
for
top
it.
six cards. It's after Houndour and the Magnemite.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, and it's a water type too, which is like kind of utilizing its other type, which is
Water
cool.
type, but with fighting energy. I feel like they
Yeah.
did stuff like that, like the
Yeah,
poly
some kind of crazy stuff.
one.
So then I know there's Scizor as well, the Unknown A. That's actually another card I'm getting graded.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, so
Is
it
that,
has a
that
lot of
one's a
cool
rare,
stuff.
I think, right? The unknown
The
A.
Yeah, it is. It's a hollow rare. So I'm getting the hollow one graded
Oh,
because it
nice.
was like the only affordable Wizards of the Coast era card I could get at near mint. uh, yeah, so I think it's got a couple really great cards in it, but other than that, it's a little bit on the weaker side with the hollows. Like Magnemite is a hollow. I don't. Here's something I want to talk
I do
about.
have that
I
card.
know we
That
get a lot of side
yes,
tangents, but what I feel like Wizards of the Coast in particular has an obsession with Magnemite and Magneton. Magneton got so many hollows like throughout like
true.
the series, and I'm just like, what is the deal? Like, I don't think people love Magneton that much. Maybe I'm wrong, but he has like a hollow in so many sets.
Is it Magneton or Magneton? Because I always
Magneton.
pronounced it Magneton.
I always called it Magneton as well, but it could be Magneton.
But I've heard like Leonhard say Magneton, so I was like, am
Yeah,
I wrong?
that's yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Also,
We'll have to bring up the Pokedex name
that's
thing.
very true. And another thing, the Magnemite and the Forretress, like they use that same like Windows 90
Oh
whatever
yeah,
graphics. I kind of annoys me a
yeah,
little.
yeah.
It
There's
looks
some hollows
cheap.
that are a little bit questionable, like Yanma, and like yeah, Fortress. I don't think anyone's ever been excited about Fortress in their life. You know, Poliwrath is kind of like, they have
Yeah.
Poliwrath and Politoed, which is interesting. But I mean, I like Smeargle, but I'd probably not be super excited to get that as like a hollow.
No,
So
me
I
neither.
I feel like at best it's a B, in my
I agree
opinion.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd say it's a C. It's
If
not like a
Yeah, if it didn't
terrible
have
set.
Umbreon, it would be a C for sure. But I
Oh
think
yeah, or that
the
Tyranitar.
Umbreon and Tyranitar and like Houndoom's pretty cool too. You get Espeon, we even mentioned, but yeah. So I think a B tier is pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree.
Southern
See that.
Islands. So you have more experience. I know you collected the Japanese version. Did you have any of the English Southern Islands?
I only have the Raticate in English, and I got that recently. I actually got all of the cards fairly recently at the end of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But since I was a kid, I was always like enamored with this set because I think I remember seeing it. I had like a Pokemon collector book. I don't remember the
Yeah.
title of it, but it like showcased all these like English and Japanese sets. So I don't know if this
Do
set
you?
must have been new when that
Yeah.
book came out, and
It,
I remember like seeing that Mew card in particular. I'm like, I want that.
yeah. It definitely has some of the most enjoyable artwork, and in the English set, it's only 18 cards.
Yes.
Do you know how was this rolled out? Like, how would you get this in the English back in the day?
English, I have no idea, but in Japanese, they came in like these
That
packages.
like portfolio thing, right? Right.
Exactly. And they'd come with like the postcards. So, like each like artwork inside the card, like it makes one big picture. So if you look at like the Ivysaur card, you see like part of Togepi in it.
Yeah.
And like Raticate, you see part of Ivysaur. Vice versa. Same goes for Mew to Pidgeot to Onyx. So I know in Japanese they came um together. I don't remember how many came in each package. I
Mm-hmm.
was maybe it was like six came in a set because there's 18. Yeah, so maybe there was I think there was three sets of six, and they came with like a postcard in this like nice like tropical box. And I think each
Mm-hmm.
one was kind of labeled separately. Like one was like Southern Islands and something else. Like they were all Southern Islands set, but like they had different
Yeah.
sub names or whatever, which I do not remember right now. But
Yeah, it'd be
these
interesting to, yeah, if anyone knows, definitely let us know how was it released in English, because I'd only pretty much seen some of the Japanese stuff and not the English. But it's a very, like I said, it's a very small set, but it has a really cool artwork. So probably back in the day, depending on how it was rolled out, is probably one of the easier sets to finish just because of how small it is.
Definitely.
And there's no like massive hitters, but the artwork is really, really nice. So I feel like it's a solid B just on like the artwork alone, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'd say more
And
than
I
that.
actually don't have it here on the, so whoop, we'll just edit it in as well as a B.
I mean, technically, it's kind of like more of a subset,
Yeah.
anyways. That's why I wouldn't really put it higher than a B. But it's one of my personal favorite sets because especially like that Mew card and that Togepi. Like I remember seeing that Togepi when I was a kid, and like that was before we knew Togepi was like a going to be a new Pokemon.
Hmm.
I think Togepi debuted in like the anime or
Yeah, it
something.
was definitely in
What
the
is
anime.
that
Like,
thing?
yeah,
So I feel like everybody
it's
kind of wanted that card.
for sure. Yeah, because that was like just interesting, and like there was little previews of some of the Gen 2 stuff. And yeah, I do remember like this because like when you showed me some of the Southern Island cards, I know you were collecting, like you said, the Japanese one. It's like even though I hadn't seen that set in like 20 years, it was like, oh, I've definitely seen like that Slow King before. Like there was
Yep.
definitely things people were kind of getting their
Arrow,
hands on the Japanese stuff beforehand. uh
solid B. I
yeah,
agree.
definitely solid B. So then Neo Revelation. This
Hmm.
I feel like this let's run this down a little bit. You got the legendary beasts in
Yep.
here. You got Ho-Oh.
Yep.
Then things get quite interesting with some of the coolest, I don't know if they're considered secret rares. I think they might have been
They are.
the Shining Gyarados and Shining Magikarp. With
Which
that Gyarados, some of the best artwork of all time, without
That's
question.
personally my favorite shining Pokemon of all time.
Yeah,
It's that Gyarados right there.
just absolutely iconic artwork. They had alternate arts of like the non-hollow, like a non-hollow Ho-Oh and a non-hollow Raikou,
Yeah.
etc. You also have
Solid B.
Celebi,
Yep.
yeah, having a hollow and a non-hollow, and even Lugia is in here as, is it a non-hollow? I think,
It's
or
a
is that a
non.
non?
I actually just picked up that card recently.
Oh, nice. And of course, we got Magneton, like I said.
I think you're onto something with that.
Yeah. So then Blissey is in here as well. So this to me, I think it's an S tier because you have the legendary beasts, you got Ho-Oh in here,
Yeah, you
and
got a lot
then
of
the
mythical.
thing that really puts it over the top is the shining cards, like the shining Gyarados and the shining Magikarp.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with that because out of all of the shining, like those two are probably my favorite too.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're the best like price wise ones like we're going to talk about in the next set,
Yeah.
but I still think Shining Gyarados, like if you put like a picture, like I think like PokeRev got one somebody gave him of that
Yeah.
Shining Gyarados card, like I
Like
would hang that in
framing
my
that.
wall because
Oh
it's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, the artwork is that good that like you would hang it on your wall. And that's a sign. If that isn't a sign that it should be in the S tier, then I don't know what is.
Exactly.
So now the final set of the Neo era is Neo
Yeah.
Destiny. So Neo Destiny is pretty interesting as well because we bring back some of that kind of dark variations of Pokemon. You got like Dark Gengar, Dark Tyranitar, but you also have Light in the
Yes, which
mix
is
too.
new to that set.
Yeah, so this brought something kind of new to the fold. Uh, and you have like a miracle energy, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, you have like Light Arcanine, Light Machamp, which is like it looks hilarious.
I think I have that card actually. Light machine. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, he looks.
and
That
then
Gengar. That Gengar looks like
yeah,
he just like
yeah,
farted or something.
yeah, that Gengar is a little suspect, but yeah, and you have like Dark Macargo, which is kind of interesting. Like
Yeah.
some interesting cards, like the hollow side of things. I would say is not the strongest in the world. I mean, Dark
No.
Tyranitar is definitely a big hitter. Dark Typhlosion, like Dark Gengar is cool, but like the like the artwork on it, it's definitely not my favorite Gengar. But
Right.
it's pretty strong though. Espeon, Typhlosion, Tyranitar, Arcanine, Dragonite, and yeah, those are some pretty big hitters, I will say. Um, the artwork I definitely don't like on some of these as much as like Neo Revelation. I would
I agree with
say,
that.
some of them are a little weird, but you go all the way down to the bottom of
That's
the set
that's what I'm
and
doing now.
have your mind
Oh,
be blown because you have Shining Celebi, Shining Charizard, Shining Kabutops, Shining Mewtwo, Shining Noctowl, Shining Raichu, Shining Steelix, Shining Tyranitar. Holy crap.
I
They were
know.
just like, oh, you liked Shining Gyarados in the last set? Well, boom, we got so many more big hitters here. So it's like, even though I feel like the top half of the set, like those hollows, like they're good, but I don't think they're as good as Neo Revelation. Throwing all those shinings in there, I feel like it also has to be S tier, you know?
It definitely does because of those cards. But one thing I like to point out about the shiny cards, and I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, I don't think the cards particularly look that great, even though they're
Mm-hmm.
shining. But like their value to me is more like that
Yeah,
Charizard. That's not the best looking Charizard. Let's be honest.
yeah, well, yeah, because you have to, yeah, the way it like you can only see some of the shininess, like if yeah, because it's like it's usually like black, but then if you like turn it a little bit, you'll see the other color, and like at this time, Charizard shiny was actually purple, so like you'll get some of the purple if you're able to kind of like move the card a little bit, but
And
yeah,
you know why I probably don't care about that? Because I've never had any of these cards to actually look at them in person. I've only
yeah,
seen this online.
to see
That's
like the
probably
effect, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle, and I don't know if all their colors are like exactly attributable how of like how they look in the games as a shiny.
Mhm.
um but I do believe Charizard has like a little bit of that purple effect, but it is harder to see, and I do think they did a better job with the Magikarp and the Gyarados for their
Mhm.
shiny effect. I agree. It really is kind of like the rarity of them and just
Oh
the
yeah,
Pokemon themselves that really shoots their value up, because this is the first shiny Charizard card ever. But
right.
is it the best looking? No, there's definitely some way better looking ones, but because it's the first, it's gonna have that value to it and that like, legacy behind it. But I still think it's an S tier,
I
all
agree
that
with
being
that.
said, but I'd
Uh,
put it like slightly below Revelations in my opinion.
yeah,
But
I like
it's
Revelation a
still
little
S
bit.
tier.
The S tier because of the shining cards. If these shining cards weren't in there, I don't think it would be S tier.
Mm, agreed. Definitely agree. So then, Legendary Collection.
This
This is
this
base set three basically, but they actually did an interesting twist with it.
so this set I had some experience with back in the day. It was very minimal because I feel like I must have been very meh about it. So I probably only got like a pack or two of it. So like I
Yeah.
know for a fact I have a reverse hollow graveler and a
Hmm.
reverse hollow challenge trainer. So nothing crazy to write home about. But I do remember thinking back in the day, as probably people think now, even though it seems more cooler now. Do you remember like there was Pokemon stickers you could get in like vending machines with like the
Yeah, they looked
four
kind of
quarters?
like the
I
reverse
thought it was a
hollows.
sticker. Like I was
Uh,
like, this looks stupid. Like back in the
yeah,
day.
yeah. This was like the most slept on set ever, because I think at this point between base set and base set two, when this came out, people were like, really? And again, this is an English only set,
Yep.
so I think people were like over these cards by then. But now it's like those reverse hollows people see as like such a unique, cool twist to the set, and the reverse hollows are like where the money's at for this set. Like,
Oh yeah.
aside from Charizard, which is always going to be big, like this is, the normal cards in here are just not close to the value of all the reverse hollows in here. Um, so I think that uniqueness of the reverse hollows, I feel like I wouldn't want to put it, it's got to go above base set too. So
Absolutely.
maybe it's like a B, I would say. I don't know if you feel like it should be higher than that.
I was originally going to argue. I wasn't going to say S tier, Because like you said, it's really like a repeat set.
Hmm.
I'm okay with B
Yeah.
because I don't know if it's better than like this like some of the sets we rated like A, like Fossil, and I mean it
Like
has Fossil.
Neogenesis and
Yeah,
Gypto, and yeah.
like original sets.
Yeah.
I'm okay with B, but this set is a set that I wish like I'm actually trying to collect some of them now, and like you're looking at the reverses, and I feel like it's
Every
like
reverse is like $1 million.
I like lowest you see is like 30, and that's like
Yeah, it's like
modern.
thirty
Yeah,
dollars. Oh wow,
like
I'm $30 for like a reverse hollow like Kakuna, you know, or
exactly. You're like, well, I don't really
yeah,
want
it's
that.
not
So
very. It's just like a lot of people are priced out on collecting it for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. But it was a cool idea. I
yeah,
think it did it better than base set too.
yeah. No, totally.
So yeah, B.
All right, now we go to the E series, which is the end of the Wizards of the Coast era. So our final three sets: Expedition base set. We got a little bit of a rundown here. We have a really cool Blastoise in here. We have Alakazam. There is a Charizard. We
Yes.
have a Dragonite as well. There's a Gengar. I don't know if the Gengar is hollow or not.
It doesn't
Um,
look like it. There's a fur
oh, I
alligator.
think it is. Yeah, there's Mew and Mewtwo.
Yep.
There's a lot of Gen 1
Yeah.
love in here. Not as much Gen 2 love, but um, it is pretty solid. There's also additional Blastoise in here, like non-hollow. You have
Yep.
Tyran. Oh, I shouldn't say that. There is Typhlosion and Tyranitar in
Yeah,
hollow as
it
well.
has all the three starters. It
Yeah,
has Tyranitar. It has Skarmory.
yeah, pretty solid, honestly. Is there any what do we got for secret rares? Is there anything?
I don't know if there is
I don't
any
think
secret
so.
rares in this
Yeah,
because it's the base set. No,
yeah,
zero secrets.
yeah. So honestly, I can't. I feel like I couldn't go lower than an A on this. Really, it's got a lot of good stuff in here, and
Yeah,
all of these, the e-reader sets, they're a lot less common to come by. They're
they're
quite
pretty.
rare. And one thing I love about this series, I feel like these are like my favorite pack artworks, like this
Yes,
whole era. It's because they're so shiny and just like cool looking. It just blows me away looking at every pack art. Um,
and even though like the e-reader card was kind of like a failure, I guess I would say, at least
yeah.
like over in the US, it definitely was. I kind of like the way they look.
Yeah, I didn't.
Card,
I remember like my younger cousin must have had some of these cards floating around because I do remember the e-reader cards, like just seeing them around. And I did not like the way that they looked, but they have grown on me a lot. And I actually,
same
some
here.
like, there's a lot of incredible artwork during this era. And yeah, the whole e-reader thing has really kind of grown on me. And I don't know if it's just the allure of how rare they are, it's made it just overall more appealing. But uh, I definitely enjoy like that style of artwork and everything. So yeah, I mean it's got all the greatest hits in here. So I would say an A at the very
Yes,
least. Yeah.
especially what's coming up with the other sets. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I could put it higher than any of those. I mean, it's the base
Yeah.
set, so it's an NA's appropriate, I think, for it.
Yeah. So now we go to Aquapolis. So Aquapolis for the big hitters. I mean, we do have Entei, Espeon. There is a Houndoom, Arcanine. What else we got going on here?
Magnet,
Magneton, of
or
course.
Magneton.
Yeah. Suicune's in here, Tyranitar, which I have the Japanese version of this Tyranitar. Umbreon's in here.
Card.
Some interesting cards. And then there is some secret rares, right? Is there?
Let me tell you, there's three secret rares.
Yeah, so we have the Kingdra, the Lugia, and Nidoking, right? And are these like the crystal? Oh, these are the crystals, right? Crystal Lugia.
Yes, yes, Those are the crystal
So
ones.
these are the big like sought after cards. We got Crystal Kingdra, Crystal Lugia, and then Crystal Nidoking. And all of these cards are big money. Those crystal cards are
Oh
big
yeah.
time money. Pretty much
I think
everything in this set, again, this era, like, is very rare. Again, the pack arts for this is incredible. The
I know I
Go
know for
ahead.
like the e-reader sets, I'm pretty sure like it was only 9 cards per pack. I think because
Hmm.
like costs and stuff. I think I
Yeah,
remember Leonhardt saying something like that.
they were trying to cut costs. So I do like I love the Tyranitar artwork in here and
I
some
do
of
too.
this. I do feel like the and maybe people feel differently, but I do feel like this set kind of lives and dies by those crystal Pokemon though.
I agree with that. It doesn't seem like looking at obviously like, back in the day I didn't have a lot of experience with Aquapolis. I kind of stopped after Expedition and
Mhm.
minimal experience. It doesn't seem like besides the crystal Pokemon that this set is like stronger than Expedition, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
No, I agree.
Like heavy hitter wise.
Yeah. I don't know if you can refresh your webcam though, because I think it did freeze. But
Oh, geez.
but I'll tell yeah, just turn it off and turn it back on again maybe. Um, but in the meantime, I will see. Yeah, no, I kind of agree though. I feel like Expedition overall. Okay, you're good now.
All right, good.
Um, the overall Expedition feels stronger to me. I think the Crystal Lugia is just the like it has a massive,
Like the
massive
holy
hidden.
grail of it,
Yeah,
kind of.
it's like a holy grail, but like it's not as balanced as Expedition. So where do we put it? Like Crystal Lugia is like insane, but is it
I
still like
know.
a B? Like is Aquapolis still a B?
It's like, but does
It's
crystal?
like a B plus. It's a B plus player.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can put it in A. I feel
yeah,
like we don't have anything really in C or D or below.
yeah. This is a good era. Yeah, like
It had one of the
A B is
best.
seen as like a lower end here.
Yeah,
Because it's like I don't know, we just have the attachments to these early gen Pokemon.
definitely. Yeah, I don't think I can put it in A.
Yeah,
Besides,
I don't think so either.
if like, say you took the crystal cards and you put in Expedition, that could potentially be an S set,
Hmm. Yeah.
in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. Skyridge, the final set, the final
Mhm.
frontier. We have we got Alakazam in here. We got some Crobat action. We
We get
got
that
Flareon.
freaky looking Gyarados,
Oh yeah, that Gyarados is terrifying. You
but I
got
kind of like
Gengar, Houndoom. It's pretty cool. Jolteon. Is there only? I think there's only 12 hollows in this.
Magneton.
Yeah. Magneton. Did he make the cut? Is he a
The two,
hollow? I think. Oh no, yeah, wait. It does go to. What do the hollows go up to? Maybe it goes up to I don't know. It's hard to tell in these lists where the
oh,
hollows end and
these cards
begin,
I
but
can't like tell at all actually
yeah.
on Skyridge.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
I think you can get the Nido Queen in holographic because I have a non-holographic of that Nido Queen, which is actually a
Hmm.
pretty cool looking card. I don't know if you look at
Yeah.
that one.
They have an
But
Umbreon in here, which is pretty sweet. Uh, yeah, so I feel a little bit better about like the top half here, although it doesn't have like I know the other one had the legendary beasts. But then we
right,
have this is where kind of like how Neo what is it? Neo like went with the Neo oh my god, I'm brain farting here. So Neo Revelation
yeah,
had like the two shinings, and then Neo Destiny took that
yes,
to the next level.
yeah,
Aquapolis had the crystal cards, and then Skyridge was like, "Hold my beer,"
yeah.
and
Crystal
you got
Charizard,
you have Crystal Celebi, Crystal Charizard, Crystal Crobat, Crystal Golem, Crystal Ho-Oh, and
Crystal
Crystal
Kabuto.
Kabutops. So definitely a lot stronger, in my
Oh yeah,
opinion.
and the cards look. I think these ones look cooler than the is it Revelate Neo Revelation Shining Pokemon.
Oh, I agree.
Like that Crystal Charizard is awesome. Like
Yeah,
the
that
Ho
is,
is
yeah,
cool.
like that artwork.
Celebi.
Hmm.
They're all kind of like, at least like Celebi, Crobat, and Ho-Oh. Maybe some Golem. Like they just kind of look like ominous. I don't know.
Hmm.
The way they're looking, I don't know. Those cards are.
Yeah, if this set didn't have the crystal cards, it'd probably be like a B, but
I
the
agree.
crystal cards I think bring it up to like an S, I feel like.
I feel like, like Skyridge is just so like it's a set that people don't have a lot of and people
Yeah.
want it. And
It's
if you
the
have
rarity of it. Again, I think this is it might be my favorite pack arts of all time. It's like I
yeah,
love
I
that
really
green.
Skyridge.
I love that green.
There's an
It's
Arcanine on one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that
Is
one's
there
my
like
favorite.
a Kabutops on one or something? I don't remember.
I just remember the Arcanine.
Yeah. And then Ho-Oh is definitely on one, right? I'm pretty
Yes,
sure.
I think
Yeah.
Ho-Oh is.
So I think it's an S tier. Yeah.
It has to be
Yeah.
because of all these crystal cards are just so cool. It was a nice last hurrah for Wizards of the Coast, for
Yeah.
Pokemon at least,
Yeah, they
and
went they definitely went out with a bang.
they definitely did.
So there we
I,
go. We did
I'd be
it.
happy to capture some of these, but don't think so.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
guys. Well, again, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
sorry.
You
Yeah.
guys let us know what you guys think. How would you
Yeah.
rank them?
How would you rank them? What do you agree with? Why do you hate my opinion of the shining cards?
Yeah.
In anyways, like on the road to 50 subs, I think I'm at 40 now. So want to open up those Mewtwo Strikes Back tops cards. That'll be cool. And plan to do some more tier lists definitely in the future and some more fun stuff. So please subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll catch you next time.